Hello everyone, Mappy here with a brand new Let's Play of a game that you've probably never heard of, from a company you've probably never heard of. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for this game, where I'm not going to be reading out the text. That reason why will make sense in a little bit. Um, but, yeah. Uh, this is a bit of an interesting game. In that ASCII Soft, as far as I know, they made this. They made this in some shovelware sports games, and this is not a shovelware sports game. This is a. I guess the best way to describe it is it's a twin stick shooter. Built on the Link to the Past engine. Yeah, no, it's Gunple Gunman's proof. And there's two reasons why I'm playing this. Sorry about that. The the emulator actually completely reset my controls, and yeah, that was confusing. Anyway, so this is Gunple Gunman's Proof. It's a twin stick shooter built on the Link to the Past engine about cowboys fighting aliens. It also, well, we'll get into it. You'll see. You'll see. Okay, so let's go to new game. That's us running by with our horse. And since we are a cowboy kid, this is the only valid name we can give our character. Also, thanks to these people. I don't think this ever got an official English translation. I kind of doubt it. I wonder if YouTube is gonna have any knowledge of what this game is. It'll be an adventure. So, yeah, that's a character sprite that probably would be edited these days. Yep. Yeah, so the other reason I wanted to play this game is that it's also just really incidentally messed up. Really incidentally messed up. In some ways they're kind of obvious, in some ways that aren't. I have no control over the rate of text, and this is going to be a bit of a long one. Part of me is regretting my choice to not read this out, but look, if I'm going to read out text, I'm going to have to read out all the text, and that's not a valid option in this game. And you'll see why. Oh my god, you'll see why. Oh yeah, talking to. Remember that. Remember that phrasing. Man, everyone just ramming into Strange Island, right by Bronco Village. Wow, an inch to the left. This is entirely an in-game cutscene, by the way. I think all the cutscenes in this game are in-game. Oh no, it's Daft Punk. Daft Punk has accosted this child, who is just not into French house music, because Sue has no taste in music. But yeah, this game just likes throwing space in front of things. Space Outlaw, Space Sheriff. Yes. So here we're gonna start getting into one of the first like really weird things about this game. Not mono. Though discovering that mononucleosis came from aliens is interesting. It seems I jumped the gun a little bit. Yeah, no. Remember Mono. Mono's an important character. More or less. Ah, yes, here's the weird bit. That gets just more and more awkward as the game goes along. For reasons that will become clear. Also, I am sorry if you can hear the sound of traffic in the background. I have the window open because I live in an attic, and the attic is very, very warm otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, no, Sue's like, yeah, sure, you can have my body. My dad's gonna give me a talking to, so you'll get talked to instead. Yeah, makes sense to me. But, yeah. Ugh. And then, you know, a space sheriff steals a child's identity to go undercover. I'm not controlling the rate the text goes by the way. This is the automatic speed. Can't go faster, can't go slower. And sometimes the scrolling speed is just kind of awkward. Okay, we have gameplay. The sprites are simple, but actually look quite nice. I mean, other than Sue here. Sue actually just kind of looks like he has a potato face. We can crawl around with the B button. We can't do it right now because we're in town, but... Oh, actually, no, I'll explain the mechanics a bit later. Let's just walk around. Talk to people. It's important. I'll go into the houses later. Yes, I'm busy being the fuzz. Someone's happy to see us. Yes, playful in my attempt to, Okay, wow. Apparently today, outside of the highway. No, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Hello there! Racist Chinese caricature. And the reason I'm not reading the text out loud in this game. Yeah. Yeah, I'm... No. Like, that's actually part of the reason why I spend a lot of time debating about whether I should play this game. Because it's mechanically quite enjoyable. Like, it feels good to play, but at the same time, that. And this is not the only time this kind of thing, yeah. Gunple. Gunman's proof. Okay. There's one, like, okay, no, there's 3 important places to go before we start things. Rather, these are 3 places we really need to know about. Kolobutch is, the person who sells us guns. Kinda. And don't worry, someone is going to be brave enough to stand up against the Demi-Seeds. But, yeah, the way that weapons work in this game is interesting. We'll get to that. We have to hop into the saloon and talk to this dude. This is actually important. Yeah. I'm heading for murder. Also, if you actually want to read the text, just feel free to pause. Yeah, we learned how to shoot guns, but charge. Because we're in the kind of place where a small child gets a pistol. Hello, saloon girl. Yes, I am a cute customer. I am a child. I do the worm. Alright, we might as well... Oh, I can't jump on that one, but I can jump down this one. I see how it is. I see how it is. I'm actually so I'm kind of avoiding continuing the plot, and yeah, there'll be a reason why. There's a reason. Boy, I wish we didn't have these, like, super powerful alien, like, criminals running around. They just really ruin the atmosphere of the town. So hey, let's go meet one of Sue's friends, and by like one of Sue's friends I mean like I'm guessing pretty much his best friend. Also, sometimes this game will just make weird like screech tones. Ignore those. I think that might be an emulation issue. But anyway, this is Sarah. Oh, crap. I forgot that she hasn't introduced herself yet. Pretend I waited. But, yeah. So they do the whole, like, anime girl punches a dude and it's funny thing. I mean, I think this is the only time Sarah does it. And to be fair, like, beating up someone who just invaded your room is probably a sensible thing. But still, like, it's not even like he, like, ran in here. It's like he walked in here, went, oh, hi, Sarah, and she just punched him across the room. But yeah. Yeah, don't forget my name, please. Oh yeah, no. There we go. The emulation of screech tone. Again, I don't know if that's an issue with the emulator? Okay, there we go. I think I just needed to make the game play a different sound. There's one point when I was doing my test run where, like, it just kept screaming at me until I went to the next plot area. Before we continue with the plot, like, this is actually one of the more important buildings of the town. We can't really do anything here right now, but that's where we'll go. A lot. Over and over again. Like a monkey with a miniature symbol. Here we go. Because child abuse is funny. Yeah. So when do they have to do it a second time? The Gunple. Why you gotta do me this way? You're a fun, like, twin stick shooter on the Super Nintendo, but you're also. Yeah. Yeah. So if I talked to him earlier, he'd comment that my dad told him, "Oh yeah, don't let me through." Anyway, A button fires our pea shooter. It deals like a little bit of damage, but has pretty good range. It can actually shoot things off the screen. Hitting the Y button punches, which does a lot of damage, but it has wind up and doesn't go very far. And if you hit the X button, nothing happens yet because that you can pick up like grenades and smart bombs. Okay, so what we need to do is first talk to Garo. We can get intel to let us know where to go next, or just chat. Intel. Okay, we need to go down to the southeast. The map actually isn't terribly big in this game. And one thing I rather like is that it actually shows pretty much all of the entrances and exits. Like, just right on the map. Like, you can see where all the caves are. I like that. So where we're going is, if you look a little bit lower down where there's like those three squares with a black square in the middle, they're gray in the middle of the forest. That's where we're going. And let's just chat. Okay. That's just, hey, you can do things. Alright, so select was map, with this actually quite nice map, and, you know, evil skull face mountain in the middle. Start is our menu. It shows us our skills, the crests we've picked up for beating bosses, our items. But the more important thing... Okay, so this is what separates this from a normal, like, Zelda game. Notice up on, like, the top middle, we have our face with a ×2 next to it. This is a game with lives in it. You get more lives by getting a good score, because the dungeons are time attacks. Now, there is a room in the second dungeon that absolutely snaps this system in half. But, like, this game is actually quite difficult, at least at the very beginning. So hopefully I will not get a game over before I can just grind myself to an obnoxious number of lives. Oh yes, and holding the left or right trigger lets you strafe. Apples are your healing item. And we want to kill these guys from as far away as possible. Oh god. Please, stop playing the coin sound. I don't know why it's so bad at that. So yeah, enemies tend to be just oblivious, but at the same time, if I'm not careful, they can rough me up really quickly. But yeah, that's actually one of the fun things about strafing in this one is just moonwalk time. Also, I have to say, the music in this game is better than it has any right to be. Oh yeah, no, the enemies also shoot back, so that can be quite tricky to deal with. Especially in tight spaces, which is part of the reason why this game is so hard, because like sometimes it's like, hey, do a fight in a tight space though. Also, yeah, walking upstairs is a death trap. Aha! Here are our first smart bombs. I'm not going to use any of them on these guys, because these guys, quite frankly, don't need it. But yeah, it's a shame that the legitimately nice music is getting covered up by the coin pickup sounds glitching out and screeching at us. Anyway, here's the first dungeon. It's like 2 feet outside of town. So we want to be fast, but we also want to explore, because there are treasures in town that... or not in town, in the dungeon, that gives us extra score. If we look over here, they keep a nice map going. But yeah, no, this is one of the rooms where it's like, what are you doing? Why put 2 of those guys in such a tight space? Okay. Just run past the bats. Run past the bats. These are weird enemies. They take a bunch of hits, but they also don't attack you. But they do show something. So you get a score for killing enemies, as is normal. Ah, yes. You run into these guys a few times. Yeah, here's one of the treasures. The lapis metal. And that's going to give us extra score at the end. Why do we want score? Because again, lives. Also, this is one of those games where where all enemies respawn when you leave a screen. Keep that in mind. That's going to come up later. Okay, let me see. Liz. So, some rooms in this game are just absolutely punishing. and I don't know why. I might be going in the right direction, which is always disappointing. Yeah, like, look at this. Also, we have to deal with the kind of annoying death sound effect. Oh wait, no, this does have the treasure. And I want to say we're actually on the right track to get to the boss. Yeah, I want to say the boss is to the right there and down. There are only 2 treasures in each dungeon, so, you know, we don't actually have to care. Okay, come on. Yeah, apple me, please. Please. I need it. Like, not for the first boss. The first boss is actually really easy, unlike the second one. I just want the screeching to stop. Yeah. Thank you. Actually, I'm gonna show off one of the explosives because I think that there's a chest here. Yeah, no, they do that. They pretty much take out most enemies in one hit. Also, this game doesn't understand, like, the Z-plane. So despite the fact that I'm above these guys, I can shoot them. That also applies for enemies. So enemies can kill you even if it looks like they shouldn't be able to do anything. It's a wonderful system, really. Ah, yes. Those guys aren't really a threat. That's really just an excuse to get you some... Okay. Some healing. I'm sorry about how terrible I am at this game. I'll be honest. When I was doing my test run of this, I think I had lost 2 lives by the time I got to this point. But anyway, hey, let's look at one of the other reasons I'm not reading the text in this game. I mean, this guy does have hype boss music, but still. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is. Also, that was some hitbox shenanigans. Okay, so what we're supposed to be doing is killing the bottom portion of his body. Thank you, traffic. That is what I wanted to hear while I was recording. So this guy is pretty easy. He's not like the second boss, who is kind of... Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Okay. And that's useful, because now we just have to go down to the green one. Like, this is really just an introduction to the boss. The whole boss fight concept. Yeah, Miracle 5 is... He's a luchador totem pole. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, it's one of those things where it's, like, I don't know, just kind of in poor taste. Granted, this is also a game where cowboys fight aliens. So, maybe I'm reading too far into it, but still. Am I the only one going, like, what the hell is this game? Also, I will say that this boss fight lasts a little longer than it needs to. But now Miracle 5 comes down and... gasp. Miracle 5 has a body. You just shoot him a few times. He explodes. Great success. So I think we're gonna do, like... I'm gonna finish off the plot stuff for today, I should say. But yeah, no, you get X points for bosses, you get X number of points for having good HP. I mean rank D because, like, if I had just done a beeline for the boss, I would have gotten a higher score, but treasure is also worth a ton. Yeah, you get an extra life for every 100,000 points you get. And I think so bosses score you an extra life. Anyway, would you like to be introduced to a character? Look at that fuming treasure box. Look at that horse. And this is that horse's theme. Gasp, Mono is a horse? Just another really weird thing about this game. Just really strange. The sheriff solely understands violence. I mean, to be fair, that's how Sue was raised. But yeah, no. Samana joins the party, except, no. Roboton joins the party. Which is kind of an interesting mechanic, honestly. Which will now be explained. So yeah. Roboton is a claustrophobic horse. Occasionally enemies will drop carrots, and will go into a super mode. And by occasionally, it doesn't come up often. I was half expecting it to just give me a carrot, just immediately. But yeah, you know, I feel good about how that first dungeon went down. Last time I've again, when I was testing it, it ate 2 of my lives. And since lives are incredibly precious in this game, maybe it's a good thing that I didn't do that. Here we go. Not that there are really that many enemies, but yeah. So we're fast, we deal a bunch of damage. Or rather, we kill enemies on touch. It lasts for a certain amount of time. We keep Roboton across screen transitions. As you can see, Perfect timing. Like, there's a bunch of different like little images you get, but yeah, that's the mechanic. I'm glad that I'm glad that it dropped. Oh hey, cool. I hadn't actually realized that there was special dialogue if you spoke to Garo while on Roboton. Because this is what he says normally when you talk to him after that dungeon. But I like the attention to detail. They didn't have to do that, but they did. Anyway, we head back in. Most people's dialogue has not changed. Like, most dialogue has not changed. However, I mean, Sarah, I literally, the first thing I did as soon as I came to town is I talked to you. No. Come on, Sarah. Please. Stop saying your psychic powers for just listening to gossip or whatever. Alright, the important thing. We walk into the sheriff's office. Yep. We show off our Demi-Seed crest. The sheriff gets all excited. And, why wouldn't he? Also, this is where the game is like, hey, you know the select button? You should try hitting the select button. Gives you a map. Maps are fantastic. We need your almighty strength, small child. Alright. This screeching happened, during my playtesting. Okay, we're not gonna get the reward money. I need to make this stop. Again, I'm sorry that this game has decided that ear-piercing screams are how it communicates its love. Yeah. When I was doing playtesting, that went on for like 10 minutes because I didn't realize what I needed to do to make it stop. But yeah, and there's actually different dialogue here if we had come home rather than go to the sheriff's office. Which again, nice attention to detail. Yeah, that line would have been different. But still, yeah, we're no one's fool. We are Space Sheriff. We know how sheriffs work. Anyway, we are gonna go talk to Peggy. That's not what I wanted to do, but sure, let's do it. And then we're gonna call it an episode. Yep. The 200 bounty. Which, I'll be honest, that's not much money in the grand scheme of things. Miracle 5 was a chump. And the game acknowledges this. But anyway, let's go save the game and just finish up. Yes. Anyway, this has been Gunple Gunman's Proof, whatever the hell that is. I'm Mappy, and I hope you've enjoyed this. I don't know what to feel about this game. Anyway, join me next time for more of this. Goodbye.